Good morning. As you can see, I'm in my garage amongst all of my stock for a new business that I've just started with a business partner. It's going really well actually, online retail company. Gonna do another day in the life. Well, similar to Do Your Craft episode 10, where I have a pretty busy day ahead. So I'm just gonna try and document what we're doing. We have an L1P, which is my aesthetics company, L1P training or model day today, where we're starting to offer two new services, Refillo and fat dissolving. I really hope fat dissolving works, because I'll be taking all the stock. And to promote those, we have models coming all day back to back. Gonna meet up with Jake about 10 o'clock this morning, the videographer, and we will be recording all of those and then producing content for that to help produce and market those services. I've got to go get a haircut and do a little bit of work before he arrives, and then we then have to fit in filming for Evolution Webs, which we do every Thursday, which is a couple of pieces of content, educational content, free educational content for the Instagram, YouTube and social media channels. We've got websites to finalise for clients. We may or may not hit the gym depending on how good my back is. I busted my back this week doing RDLs, so pretty bad. So we're gonna take it a bit easy. But yeah, try and document what we're doing today, show you what I do, and if any questions or anything else, just drop a DM below, and please subscribe. So that's cardio done. As part of my morning routine, what I normally do is I sit down and I will go through pay-per-click advertising, Facebook ads, Google AdWords, YouTube ads for all of the stuff that I run for my businesses and also my clients. So I'll sit down with my coffee, my food, and I'll bash through for about an hour all of the campaigns, everything we're running, what ads are working, what are not, start generating ideas for new campaigns. I do that a little bit more in detail with clients and the team for my businesses later on in terms of what we're producing for new ads, but I can't start kind of jot down any ideas that I'm having while I'm seeing the data. So that's part of my morning routine. Pay-per-click advertising is extremely important for growing a lot of our businesses, so this has to be done every single day, once or twice a day, to make sure we're not wasting money for our clients or ourselves, making sure we're getting the most amount of return on investment. So for example, right now I'm testing a new ad schedule, which basically changes bid rates depending on the time of the day, and then I'll go through and have a look at all of the keywords that have been triggering the ads and see if there's any negative keywords I need to add. A negative keyword is an ad that you wouldn't want to trigger your text ad on Google AdWords. So I go through and make sure that everything's being optimized every day, and make sure that obviously we're making as much money as humanly possible for the amount that we're spending on the ads. First meal, lean steak mince with a few peas and kidney beans, oats and coffee. And if anyone knows me, knows that I'm not one to eat out of Tupperware or shitty knives and forks. I've got Robert Welsh cutlery and very nice bowls and plates. Always makes your food taste better if you eat out of nice things. Fresh trim. Gone for a skin fade, considering I'm going very grey very quickly on the sides from all the stress.
Good. What's going with you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Super. Brush my teeth. I'm just going upstairs to brush my teeth.
I'm crippled today. So as you guys know, I'm kind of heading the growth and development of Overdrive. I had a hilarious, something really funny happened last night with a girl called Christine. So basically she's coming on board to Overdrive. I've done the contracts and everything for the athletes, and I thought I'd done a pretty good job. I'd manipulated some contracts I'd found online and everything else, and little did I know, Christine analyses contracts for a living. So I've sent her the contract and she went quiet for about 2 hours. The next thing I know, I had this massive great email come through with like recommended suggestions on the contract. So I mean, I'm not a solicitor. I did the best I could, but I had like I'd been told off by a school teacher and had notes all over my contract. And she said, "I don't think you mean this. You mean this. You need to change this here." I had little like red highlights on what I should change. But we got there in the end, and now we have a really good, solid contract. But it was absolutely hilarious. So thanks, Christine, for analysing and giving me a telling off, because I haven't been told off for a while. But it was funny. So yeah, we have very good, solid contracts now, and we also have someone very good at contracts who's part of the team. So I'll be utilising her for her contract knowledge going forward. But
through the midterms, it fills in the deficits and then smooths it. Literally, just imagine having a loose bag of marbles.
Right, it's just going to be some tugging through the fat cells, okay?
So how's that feel for you?
so Jake's upstairs filming L1P. I've just packed up a few parcels ready to go from my online retailer. Morgan's enjoying himself. Hey, little man.
Now, get it all done and dusted, but I don't know, I've got to wait now for that. Because I've had the other thing.
So having a quick lunch break and film at the same time because we're a bit crazy today. Just discussing with a client of mine about branding and trying to scale. When you're trying to scale a business, depending on the business type, on what it is that you're selling and how you're selling it, the way you scale it would completely change. Now, the client that I'm talking to is trying to scale their business quite quickly, and they are a relatively high-end service. And the problem with this is when you're trying to build a brand, and that tends to be when you're selling something high-end, you need to build a brand. Brand is what enables you to charge a premium for your service. Now, say for example, you're a PT and you are selling a service for 30 quid an hour versus someone selling something for 150 quid an hour. Yes, there is an element of the service that being better, that is a huge component, but another huge component is the brand. Now, if you are renowned for being a celebrity coach or just you've built a brand and everyone knows who you are, you can charge that premium. You can charge that £150 versus the 30. Now, if your brand isn't strong enough and you think that throwing a load of money at pay-per-click marketing or just throwing money at exposure will work, you're very wrong. The way to build high-end services is, in my opinion, my humble opinion, and I've done this with several companies, is to build brand, build your identity, build your story, and invest into that. Yes, you won't be able to scale a high-end service as quick, but that's okay because the margins that you're making are huge. Take a Prada or a Gucci, for example. They sell a bag. They might only sell a few, but they're making thousands of pounds profit per bag. And they've done that through building brand equity, not through crazy scaling schemes and pay-per-click marketing. It's just something that was on my mind because a lot of people come to me about scaling and obviously want to grow, and that needs to really be thought about prior to kind of throwing money at anything that you're doing. Is, am I building my brand enough? And ultimately, if you want to sell your business on in the future, or you want to have a long-lasting, valuable business, brand is where it's at. If you have a great brand, then your business will sell for more in the future. You'll have more longevity in the business. You're less exposed to economic shifts and turns because you're not competing against the average Joe, the other guy selling the same service up the road for slightly cheaper than you. You then get less price elasticity of demand, where it doesn't matter what price you're selling, you'll still sell the service. So just something we're going over today as part of my daily routine. Still eating my mince and cauliflower because we're now dieting. But yeah, crazy day so far. We've got L1P's going good. Jake's behind the camera. He's having a quick break, having a lunch break until he goes back up. We've got some more clients to film. I've just got a load of parcels out for my online retail company, new online retail company. After this, I've got to go through one of my online e-commerce clients' websites. We're trying to change the navigation. I'll do a bit of filming of what I'm doing with that and how we're doing it, and then got a load of stuff to deal with Overdrive. We've stocking into gyms this week. We've got new athletes on board, so I've got to touch base with all of those. So yeah, all systems go, all really good. Let's crack on. Right, I'm going to sneak in on the services. I'm going to get some double chin removed. So yeah. Oh, I got rejected. Apparently my chin's not fat enough to do that procedure. So we're going to go film the content for Evo Webs. And we're going to set that up now. Crack on. Bit of a weird video, but more for food for thought. So something I've been talking about recently with a fair few people that have like brick and mortar shops, and them complaining that they're dead. Like no one gets out behind their computer anymore. Everyone's on e-commerce and everything else. And I disagree with that. I don't think shops are dead. I think you have to reinvent yourself. I think if you do have a brick and mortar shop, whether it be a restaurant, retail, whatever it is, if you start thinking about trying to align it with and make that desirable, I think you stand to do extremely well. People still want to be seen to be out doing certain. So all in all, good day. Just got to feed Morgan. He's eating like he's never eaten anything before. I mean, he's had plenty of food today, that's why he's getting nice and porky. Did really well with L1P. Amazing success. We've got tons and tons of content. What we're going to do with that is break down the videos into different services videos, and obviously before and afters when we get the results. Some of these things take 4 to 5 weeks to show, so we'll use that content for marketing, social media, etc, etc. All the orders and everything have been sorted today. I've dealt with a load of clients. Athletes have signed contracts for Overdrive. I've got a load more work to do tonight on Overdrive. Super excited with that. I mean, we've got stock coming down to me tomorrow to allocate out to local athletes and for the gym. So yeah, before I was really interrupted by Morgan screaming, we've got tons of work to do tonight on Overdrive. Gonna make some amendments to their website, some social media stuff. Jake's got to go and edit a lot of footage. We're off to the Aesthetics Live Awards on Saturday, which we're really excited about. We've been shortlisted for 2 categories for videos we've done for L1P. So that'll be really, really good. Yeah, other than that, really successful day as per. Back to the grind tomorrow, up early cardio. We're actually hitting the gym tomorrow. Got a pull. So I need to do chest support stuff because my back's still buggered. But yeah, back to the grind. As always guys, if you've enjoyed the content or you have any questions, please leave a comment and subscribe. It's bloody hard to get YouTube subscribers, so it does mean the world to me if you do subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned for more content soon.